Welcome to Comfort Habit number 2. I deleted this video, so now I'm remaking this video because I said some shit that was like over the top. Way over the top. So now we're going to start all over again. This is mostly for you women who believe that letting other people decide your bodily autonomy isn't important to you. It should be, but it's not, because you're a part of the problem if you're voting it in. And yes, that pimple was sparkling. Anyhow, if you are a woman and you are voting against what's in your best interests, like abortion rights, who you can and can't fall in love with, you are part of the problem. And you need to understand that you are part of the problem, because you are voting against your own best interests. I don't want my family to fall apart. Your family's going to fall apart when your 10-year-old daughter is raped by somebody down the street because your 10-year-old daughter can get pregnant and y'all can't get an abortion because just like everyone else, you're not above the law. However, you're a politician, so you probably can find that loophole until someone busts you, and then you're going to have to go to jail for that shit. Which, by the way, if you're voting those guys in that are deciding, hey, you're white men treat you like shit, but you're going to marry a white man, because we won't allow you to date anybody else, even though you're dating a black guy right fucking now, who treats you like the goddess that you are. If you're Asian and you're marrying a black guy who treats you like a goddess, if you're any other color and you're marrying these black guys who treat you like the supreme goddesses that you are, if you're a black woman and you're marrying a black man who treats you like a goddess, I know it's rare, but let's say you're a black woman and the man that's black treats you like shit, so you're marrying a white man. And he treats you like a goddess. But you can't marry him because they're writing laws to change that shit and make it illegal, and they're overturning Roe v. Wade. And they're trying to overturn Virginia versus Loving. So, here's the problem. If you're voting these people in like Mitch McConnell and Clarence Thomas, you're part of the fucking problem. Now about the bodily autonomy part. Politicians don't care about your daughter. If you have a 10-year-old daughter and she's walking down the street and some bum decides to pull her into an alleyway, he doesn't want to kill her. He just wants to fuck the shit out of her, and he does, and he gets her pregnant. Guess what? Your baby can't get that abortion, and your baby's 10 years old when she's having a baby. How fucked up is that? Now, in the other video, I initially told y'all this is how my father and I got into a argument, over abortion rights and shit. Because my father was pro-life. Fuck a lady's right to choose pro-life. And so I told my dad, I looked him dead in the face and I said, let me tell you something. If I was your daughter, not your son, and I didn't know Kung Fu, and I'm 10 years old and I'm walking home from school, and one of your best friends, or some bum down the street, beats me, rapes me, and impregnates me, you're telling me I got to keep that baby? He said, yeah, you got to keep that baby. I said, so you missed that part about beating me and raping me, and you're going to make me keep that baby. I said, two things are going to happen. One, you're not going to be my father anymore, because I will never speak to you for the rest of my motherfucking life if I am a 10-year-old girl who cannot defend myself from a 6'4" bum who snatched me in the bushes while I'm walking the fuck home from school and I get pregnant. Now, if I'm a 16-year-old girl and I'm with my boyfriend and I chose to have sex and I accidentally got pregnant and I decided to use abortion as a means of birth control, yeah, I get you there, because you shouldn't use abortions as a means of birth control. That's a whole different ballgame. But more girls get sexually assaulted than more girls using birth control or abortion as a means of birth control. Now, the flip side of that, if you're a girl and you keep getting abortions as a means of birth control, keep your fucking legs closed. Stop having sex with everybody. And more importantly, these motherfuckers work. Make them strap or don't give them no clap. Now, back to the conversation I had with my father. I'm 10. I'm walking home. Most things happen to you when you're closest to home. Y'all don't have to believe that, but this picture of my car crash that my dad had, he was 5 minutes and 1 block away from home. 5 minutes from home. 1 block. 1 fucking block. 5 minutes. And this car was fast. So trust me, 5 minutes. He'd have been home. He's dead now. But he'd have been home. But we had this conversation before I had my hip replacement. And I straight fucking told him, I love you. But if I'm your 10-year-old, your 12-year-old, your 13-year-old daughter, and I'm not your son who knows kung fu, I'm your daughter who does not know how to fight her way out of a wet paper bag with fucking holes in it. Because I never learned how to fight. I never got in trouble. I was always the smart little girl. I was street smart to a degree, but I was mostly book smart. I'm not going to be able to scream if they're holding me down and holding my mouth like this. I'm 10. I got a dude sticking something inside my ass. It's like 12 or 13 inches. He wanted it, he took it, and I couldn't fight back because I'm 10. And now I'm pregnant. And my family has turned their back on me and decided that I'm a 10-year-old promiscuous whore. That's not how that works. Most 10-year-olds are not promiscuous. They might be curious, but they ain't promiscuous. And I walked home. And I got jumped. And I got assaulted by some dude that impregnated me. I'm 10. And you're going to make a 10-year-old carry a rape baby. 10-year-old's just a baby her fucking self. How could you do that? And he thought about that shit for a hot minute. He's like, you know what? I didn't look at it that way. I said, that's the problem. Nobody looks at it that way. Y'all see a girl who wants an abortion as a means of birth control. I'm with you. That's not how that works. You don't see the 10-year-old, the 12-year-old, the 8-year-old, the 5-year-old, the 4-year-old, the 6-year-old. You don't see those girls under 13 that get sexually assaulted because a lot of people believe that those young people can't get pregnant. We're going to Google something. What is the youngest person who's ever been pregnant's age?
According to Wikipedia, Lina Marcela Medina de Jurado, Spanish pronunciation, Lina Mena, born the 23rd of September 1933, is a Peruvian woman who became the youngest confirmed mother in history when she gave birth on the 14th of May 1939, aged 5 years, 7 months, and 21 days.
Need I say more? Thank you, Google. Need I say more? For you ladies that are voting in these decisions, hey, let's take away other women's right to bodily autonomy because, let me cross my legs. Let me put on my dress. Let me pull it down to my knees because I have a place at Congress now. I have power now. But I am not going to look out for my own kind. You know, the ones like me who have a 1 month cycle. There's like once a week, once a month, whatever the fuck it is. I'm not a woman, so I'm going to get that wrong, and I'm sorry if you're female and I just pissed you off. But when is the time of the month? That means it's a good chance that you can get pregnant. This just said this 5-year-old girl got pregnant in 1933. Go Google her. I think she got pregnant by somebody that's kin to her. I think it was her daddy or some shit. Under the suspicion that little girls can't get pregnant under the age of 10. Haha. Joke's on y'all, motherfuckers. She was 5. 5 fucking years old, just starting life, and now she's carrying a baby inside of her gut. Oh, but I'm pretty sure you guys don't take that shit into consideration, because your kids have security. But other people's kids don't have security. My siblings don't have security. So, when they and their daughters go walking somewhere, if something happens to them, no one's gonna give a fuck. You know why? Because they don't have fucking security. But I'm sure you guys aren't taking that into consideration because, hey, they're just another cog in the wheel of life. Fuck them. So, maybe while you're sitting at that table, collecting your power and forgetting that, yeah, you can probably still pee with your tampon on. There are other women out there whose lives are in danger because unlike you, they don't have security. There are other little girls out there who have the potential of being great, but you're going to take that right away from them because they got sexually assaulted by some bum down the street, some convicted sex offender, some convicted criminal who just happened to be at the right place at the right time to body slam your little girl into the bushes, take her virginity, violate her backwards and forwards, and if she's lucky, she doesn't get killed. She comes home and she tells you what happens, and You don't do shit. Because, see, if you're a politician, you got money and you can go get your daughter checked out and you can bend or break the law and take an emergency family vacation to another city or another state to make sure that this rape baby doesn't happen. But yet you want to make every other normal civilian carry a rape baby to term. So ask yourself, ladies, what am I doing? What the fuck am I doing taking away extra women's rights because I got security and they don't? Prime example, Nancy Pelosi's husband was attacked. Nancy Pelosi has security. Her husband don't. Most politicians have security. Their family most likely don't unless it's paid for in the private sector, which I'm pretty sure most of them do. The president and his kids get security for the rest of their fucking life. Every president and their kids get security for the rest of their fucking life. I fail to understand how anybody in Congress, especially those who are female, can allow this shit to happen. Oh, you're doing this for a seat at the table. A seat at the table with men who don't give a fuck about you and probably secretly want to fuck you themselves. But you're so happy because you're at the table making decisions that affect the world. But you're not worrying about that world in which you live in, where women are in danger time and time and time again. Again, we're going to go to Google real quick. How many minutes does it take to know that a woman is being sexually assaulted? I asked that wrongly. What is the rate of a woman being sexually assaulted in the world?
According to World Health Organization, estimates published by WHO indicate that globally about 1 in 3 to 30% of women worldwide have been subjected to either physical and or sexual intimate partner violence or non-partner sexual violence in their lifetime.
Yeah, it didn't give me what I asked. It's still 1 in 3. There's supposed to be like every 20 minutes or every 20 seconds or every 30 minutes. Let's see, 1 in 3 women globally. Sexual assault status. Let's go with that. 1 in 5, 24.8%. 1 in 3. Nationwide, 81% of women and 43% of men. Let's try to reword this shit. What is the time frame of a woman being sexually assaulted? Females 6 to 19 are 4 times more likely the general population to be raped and assaulted. Women 18 to 24. It's still not giving me a fucking time frame. What is the time frame of women being sexually assaulted in the world? Still not giving me a time frame. I believe it's like every 10 minutes. Let me see. Is it true that in every 10 minutes a woman is being sexually assaulted? National Sexually Assault Hotline. This is giving me everything but what I'm asking. See, sometimes Google just doesn't help me. How many people are sexually assaulted each minute? Okay, let's try that. It says there is 600,000 minutes in a leap year. That makes, what the fuck does that have to do with my question? Okay, skip down a little bit. It says the outcome, 1 sexual assault every 133 seconds. So about 1 minute every 1 or every 2 minutes. I don't know why it took me so long to get to that. Alright. It is more than likely that females are assaulted more than men. Sexual assault and crime. And I had this shit written down when I had my goddamn notes from my fucking damn the intimate partner violence class. But anyway, I read what I could find. And y'all aren't thinking about that shit though, right? You're not thinking, hey, well, maybe my kid could be the victim of sexual assault. No, of course you're not thinking about that. Because Y'all have security and a place at the table. This is a problem. And ladies, you need to fix it. Because what happens to one little girl can happen to your little girl and the next person's little girl. And just because you're sitting in Congress doesn't mean you have the right to take away everybody that's female's right to choose. So yeah, into that, I'm pro-choice. I hope I taught you guys something. I hope I woke up your eyes if you're female. And if I didn't, maybe we need to put some light on the subject. Thank you for watching. I'm Echo Fan Grey Wolf. Ladies, get your shit together. No one is above the law. And you need to protect everyone's daughter, not just yours.